Live on your tablet, phone, and the KUTV app. This is 2 News Live.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on 2 News Live. I'm Jamie McGriff in for Brian Schnee. It's Friday, June 30th, and we are going in depth tonight on fireworks, the dangers for wildfires, and the weekend weather ahead of the 4th of July. And before we dive into all of that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at what's making headlines. The Supreme Court officially strikes down President Biden's plan to wipe away $400 billion in student loan debt. In response, the White House says that it's working on new ways to protect student loan borrowers. In another huge case, the Supreme Court rules in favor of a Christian business owner in Colorado who does not want to make wedding websites for same-sex couples. In a 6-3 ruling, the justices say graphic artist Lori Smith has a free speech right to refuse to endorse messages she disagrees with. The child book author accused of killing her husband faces even more accusations. Corey Richens' business, K. Richens Realty, it's been sued by a couple for allegedly selling them a house without disclosing it had problems, many problems. UDOT is celebrating the end of a big construction project in Davis County. They've been working to transform Highway 89 between Farmington and Layton into a freeway. UDOT says that this new freeway will improve traffic flow and enhance safety. Okay, so let's go in depth now. It's a very busy time for fireworks and fireworks stands all across Utah. People are going to be gearing up for their 4th of July parties, but there could be some changes as to where Utahns can fire them. What do fireworks vendors have to do to inform their customers about the latest restrictions? Well, 2 News' Paul Nelson is live with details. And Paul, are there big changes in the fireworks restrictions this year?
As far as what we could tell, if there are big changes, maybe not big changes, according to the state fire marshal. He says that the cities and counties, they actually put together their firework restrictions map based on years worth of collected data, historic data. And they look at things like, where have they had fires in the past? Where do they expect fire conditions to be worse? Where do things appear to be drying out? And they kind of compile all that together. Now, because of that, he says that he doesn't expect major wholesale changes. However, we did look at a few of them, and we did find some changes had been actually happening. For instance, in the city of Lehigh, we looked at this year's map, and it showed that everything south of Pioneer Crossing, everything south of there, technically people can fire their fireworks, but the city still says that's not a recommended area where people can do that. Last year, it was completely prohibited, at least according to some of the vendors that we were talking to. So this is where people need to go to firemarshal.utah.gov to see what the changes are from their firework restrictions last year compared to this year.
Okay, Paul, and one more question here. When you were talking to some of these fireworks vendors, did they anticipate more customers coming in to get fireworks this year compared to last year? Did they say that at all?
They said that the business is actually quite steady. Matter of fact, we saw quite a lot of people that were kind of coming into the store today. For example, we went to Some Dude's Fireworks stand in Lehigh, and that is the actual name of it. I didn't forget the name, and just calling it, it's just Some Dude's Fireworks. That's the name of the shop, Some Dude's Fireworks stand in Lehigh, and he was pretty busy with the people who are buying a lot of fireworks. And so the other thing that concerns the fire marshal is that because it looks a lot greener now than it did last year, he believes that a lot of people are going to underestimate just how flammable things are. So again, that's why we have to look up the fireworks restrictions. And he says cities don't take this lightly. If they put that closure in place, they put it there for a very good reason.
All right, Paul Nelson, a very interesting vendor name. Thank you so much for that information. All right, fire officials say that it's safest to leave fireworks to the professionals. Some of the places that you can see fireworks shows this weekend through the 4th are the Stadium of Fire in Provo, Tooele Sounds of Freedom Festival, Riverton Town Days, and the 4th of July celebration at the Gateway. And to see a full list of 4th of July activities and locations and times, you can head to utaagenda.com. All right, continuing to go in depth this 4th of July, people living on one part of the Wasatch Front, they are hoping that they don't have a repeat of last year. A fire thought to be caused by fireworks forced hundreds of people to evacuate in the Centerville and Bountiful areas. Strong winds, dry conditions, they fueled the fire. Both things that are a concern heading into this 4th of July weekend. Ariel Harrison is now joining us. And Ariel, how are people in the community feeling this year, especially after what happened last year?
Yeah, as you can imagine, they are on edge. We are currently in a no fireworks zone right along the boundary of the communities Bountiful and Centerville. You can see behind me there's a sign that says no fireworks beyond this point. And then behind that is the mountain that caught fire on July 3rd, the night of July 3rd last year, so eve of 4th of July, where they had this wildfire spark. We have video of that fire. Should be seeing that on your screen. That ripped through around 11 p.m. July 3rd and forced hundreds of evacuations. People who live along the benches here say it was a nightmare. They were so scared, and they are very concerned because we got all that water, and now the hillsides, as you can see, are drying up. So they're very anxious, Jamie.
Ariel, and I'm sure that people are also taking more precautions as needed because of what happened last year, correct?
That's right, and we spoke with the South Davis Metro Fire Station. We spoke with the battalion chief there today. He said this is a busy time for them. They are on calls a lot right now, and they're assigned to different community events with all the fireworks shows and community activities associated with the 4th of July. They even left on a call during our interview today. So they're very busy. They are just asking people to be smart. He says something that they respond to a lot after the 4th of July is just garbage cans catching fire because people don't soak their fireworks that they use and then put them in their trash cans, and they respond to a lot of trash fires, at least in the past. They're hoping to avoid that. They haven't responded to any wildfire related to fireworks this year, or fire from my understanding. They hope to keep it that way.
All right, Ariel Harrison, thank you so much. We are crossing our fingers that we won't have any serious fires this year. And now taking a look at the current road conditions in Draper. You can see traffic moving right along, and for those of you who are having to drive to your destination for the 4th of July holiday weekend, be careful. With the 4th holiday weekend almost here, UHP troopers are saying that they are out in full force, keeping roads safe. They're in the middle of a high visibility speed enforcement blitz, and it's happening in South Salt Lake County and northern Utah County. Troopers say that they're looking for drivers who are distracted, speeding, or not wearing seatbelts. And this all comes in the midst of the 100 deadliest days when deadly crashes nearly double on our roads. And one of the things that we are also paying attention to, the weather, because with people being on the roads, they want to know, is it going to be nice? And our chief meteorologist, Sterling Polson, is here now with our first alert forecast.
The forecast is calling for really beautiful weather, Jamie, all across the state, but we are looking at the possibility of temperatures getting up close to 100 degrees, so it's definitely going to be hotter than what we've seen. Here's a little time lapse across eastern Utah today, showing us that we have a little bit of moisture still lingering in the sky there as we move through ahead. You can see the clouds building up there, and a little bit of sprinkle activity just east of Price today. A little shower went by. Those will die off this evening, and then we'll see drying conditions across the entire state. So absolutely quite beautiful. There's the radar. You can see some of this action moving from north to south, just to the east of Price there. A little thunder shower, a couple of lightning bolts, but that's about it. Of course, we have to watch out for lightning-caused fires this year, but it doesn't look like we're going to see a whole lot of lightning in the next couple of days, at least. Most of the storminess now is across the western part of Texas, the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles, Kansas, eastern Colorado. They've got some big storms popping up there. Nebraska, western Nebraska, all of those will be tracking across those states tonight, and a few little storms around the Tennessee area and Virginia, or Kentucky, I should say. But those are going to be very short-lived tonight. They'll die out fairly quickly. Look at the temperature in Denver right now, 66 degrees because of those storms, but it's 75. Can you believe that? 75 degrees in Washington, D.C. New York is 79. Very comfortable temperatures there. And our humidity levels here across the state are really in good shape tonight. We had for a couple of days, we had those humidity levels around 5 to 10%, but we're above that, so that's helping the fire danger. As we look at the winds forecasted tomorrow, they're not going to be strong winds, so if you're going to be boating, you can be in good shape, and make sure you got the life jackets in the boat and you follow all the safety procedures. As far as fire danger, tonight it dies off. Tomorrow afternoon, it's not bad. Not a lot of wind. Not very low humidities. It starts to increase though across southern Idaho, southwestern Idaho, and as we move into Sunday afternoon, we start to see more wind. We start to see a little bit drier temperature, or drier humidities, and a bit higher temperatures. So that's when the fire danger starts to increase, is Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and we do have a slight chance of some thunderstorm activity Monday and Tuesday. 57 in Price tonight, 54 in Cedar City, 69 in St. George. Clear skies statewide tonight. Beautiful. Beautiful start to tomorrow. Sunshine everywhere. But it gets up to 104 in St. George, 87 in Vernal. A normal high in St. George now is 100 degrees, 93 in Elko, and 89 in Logan. If you're going to the national parks, 96 at Arches and Canyonlands, 84 at Capitol Reef. Very nice. Bryce Canyon 82, and Zion National Park should be up around 97 degrees tomorrow afternoon. The pool forecast, we're looking at 90s on Saturday, 95 on Sunday, 97 on Monday, so make sure you got the sunblock. 30 SPF or higher would be appropriate for that. And as you can see, that high pressure sticks around all the way through Monday, and it does look like we'll continue to see those temperatures on the warm side. But then we start to see a return of the kind of a low pressure area off to our west, and that may bring our temperatures down again as the hot air is pushed off to the south, and we'll have to track that over the next several days. But the long-range forecast is calling for cooler than normal temperatures. 104 to 107, 106 on Tuesday for the 4th of July in St. George, and then we drop it down into the low 100s, overnight lows in the 70s. For Salt Lake City, we've got 92 up to 97 on Monday, slight chance of an afternoon or evening thunderstorm, not a lot of rain expected. And on Tuesday, the same situation. For the fireworks, we may see a little bit of natural fireworks on Tuesday with a few mountain thunderstorms popping up hither, thither, and yon. And I don't know if you've ever been to hither or thither, but yon is my special place. I like going there.
All I can think of is, oh, say, can you see? It really is going to be hot.
Yes, it is.
All right, Sterling, thank you so much. And remember, you can download our 2 News weather app to know about changes in your neighborhood. You can get those updated forecasts and live radar right on your phone. The app is free to download. All right, and lastly tonight, a donut-shaped rock has been spotted on Mars. NASA's Perseverance rover captured this image of the rocky structure on the red planet's surface. This was last Friday. Researchers at the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence Institute, they say the donut-shaped rock may be a meteorite that originated elsewhere before landing on Mars. NASA's Perseverance rover has been exploring Mars for more than 2 years now. How fun it is to find new things. A reminder that you can find KUTV 2 News live on your phone, your tablet, your computer. You can stream our newscasts on the KUTV mobile app, Stir and News On, and YouTube. And they're all free to download in the Apple App Store or Google Play. All right, that's going to do it for us here for 2 News live at 5:30.
Have a great weekend out there. It's going to be such beautiful weather. Temperatures are climbing a little bit, but get out and enjoy the sunshine, and Utah's great outdoors.
Yes, and be safe. Don't hurt yourself. Enjoy yourself, okay? We're going to have more in-depth conversations on topics that impact you and your family again on Monday at 5:30. Have a great 4th holiday weekend.